And also, we went to the train at the same time as a third league soccer team was going.
Welcome back to the Unfortunate Diehards podcast. Hashtag 52. Probably Sufi's second favorite player of all time, Mike Green.
Oh, damn! Actually,
30 goals in a season for a defenseman. How are you?
He was actually out for like 13 games that year too.
Crazy. Well, my name is Evan. I'm an Ottawa Senators fan. Woohoo. Anyone else?
Leafs fan, Omar.
Sounds like you're doing attendance. Sufyan, Caps fan.
Maybe that's how we should do intros from now on. I'll say your names and you have to be like, present.
President, Caps fan.
Present.
Well, it's not a present. How the Ottawa Senators have played since we last talked. Slightly.
Hey, they've been good last week.
Yeah, the last 3 games haven't been so bad.
Comparatively to the rest of the year.
Yeah. But first, how are you guys?
Terrible.
Oh.
Terrible. I think we have to delve into that a little bit deeper.
No, I'm joking. That was pretty good.
Sufyan, what gets you going? What makes you tick?
What grinds my gears?
Yeah, welcome to the Grind My Gears section of the podcast.
Nothing I can say on camera for future sponsorship deals, actually. So, or future interviews. So I'm going to tell you guys that off camera. But no, you'll understand later on. But regardless,
this sounds incredibly sus.
No, it isn't. It's just something I saw on Twitter.
Guys, if it's sus, I'll let you know next podcast.
No. I went to a place called Lincoln. It's a little medieval castle place.
Oh yeah,
that's attached to a city. And there was a road called Steep Hill, and it's the road that led to the castle. So it's the road that I had to go on.
Don't we have that road in Ottawa? Steep Hill Chase?
Yeah, we do.
That's what I thought it was. But this was literally called Steep Hill, and for some reason I thought the Steep Hill would just be like, just a gradual increase. But we had a gradual increase, and then I get to the end of the gradual increase, and I look up, and I'm like, the castle is literally almost straight up from where I am right now, and then the steep hill was literally just like this. Now, me and my baby calves did not love this. I get to the top, and I could barely enjoy the castle, but it was still pretty fun. I took pictures, and then I saw them on my way back. It's a good time. And also, we went to the train at the same time as a third league soccer team was going.
What are you trying to be at?
No, I'm not talking anymore.
No, okay, the third league soccer team.
No, we're done. Listening. No, next one. Go.
Omar,
what have I been doing? I haven't been doing that much actually. Just been existing really. Off to you, Evan. Tell us what.
Great, Sufi. How was your train trip?
Shut up. Speak. Move on to hockey.
No,
let's get on to hockey. We're proving Ali right here. Let's get on to hockey.
Okay, my life is good.
No one asked.
I
actually did ask.
What did I do? I got to wrangle more sheep. It was pretty fun.
Great. All right, move on to hockey.
All right, Sufi, tell us about your third league soccer team.
The Caps are doing well. Well, we're doing okay. We've had 5 games since we last talked. We won 3-2, lost 2-1 to the Rangers, back-to-back games, and then Anaheim 2-0 win, St. Louis 5-2 win, and then we got shut out by St. Louis in our last game. Oh yeah, Ovechkin came back. Kuznetsov got demoted to the 4th line, as one does. Now Kuznetsov's playing with Abe Kubel and Beck Malenstein because he's now a 4th line grinder. And Protas signed a 5-year deal, which was pretty awesome at 3.125 or something like that. And honestly, it was a good deal. I liked it. It was like he's going to be our third line center for like the future kind of situation.
He's a center?
Yeah, he's a center. He just hasn't. We just haven't had room in the middle. It was the same situation with McMichael, but I think it'll be like once Kuznetsov has finally been bought out in the summer. Worst case scenario, it'll be like McMichael second line, Protas third line kind of situation. But yeah, I mean the production hasn't been like in like great or anything. I mean like he's finally getting trusted. I think with Laviolette he got put in the doghouse for no reason because Laviolette just does that for any player that's under the age of 25. Um, but yeah, I think he's like going to be our. You remember when Lars Eller was good?
No.
Is it going to be our Lars Eller? Well, when Lars Eller was a good third line center, he's going to be our Lars Eller for 5 years. Also,
when he broke his nose on Eric Gryba's shoulder.
No, when he scored the cup-winning goal in 2018.
I don't even remember that.
It was Eric Gryba just destroyed him, and he had to get like a nose job.
Oh, you know what? Now I actually do remember that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it did pretty well for him. So, because Eric Gryba is nowhere to be found in.
No, I know where he is.
Guy,
he's in Saskatchewan and Alberta, working as an NHL alumni and owns a hunting store.
What do you mean? What do you mean working as an NHL alumni? What does he do?
Like he goes to events as an NHL alumni,
and he gets paid for it.
Yeah, $1,000 an appearance.
And how many appearances he make? It can't be that lucrative. It cannot be that.
At least 7. Well, I mean, he's doing it for a reason. It's just the label.
Well, you can go. No, the thing is, the appearance can be for 30 minutes. You get paid $1,000 no matter what.
Yeah, but like, how many times in a month is he making appearances? Is it like a weekly thing?
I don't know why you're asking me. I don't know.
Because $1,000 is good, but like, how many events do they want Eric Gryba in?
I don't know.
He's like a. I'd have Eric Gryba on the podcast. I think that's just the kind of alignment that we're going for here.
Yeah, no.
But we won't give him $1,000.
Like Marner, he only shoots for the Stars.
Eric Gryba, if he pays us $1,000, he can come on the podcast.
Speaking of Stars, sneak peek for later. We have an all-star oriented episode.
Or
anti,
yeah. All right, that's enough about the Caps.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your third league soccer team.
No, I'm logging off, bro.
No, third league soccer team.
No.
Dude, I was just resting my eyes.
You ruined that, Evan. You ruined it.
Talk about your cupless teams. Go ahead.
Actually, the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs have more cups than the Washington Capitals.
Okay.
All right. Wait, the Ottawa Senators have more?
The original Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, the original Ottawa Senators.
No, the people that talk about pre-expansion cups are a special case in themselves. So, I mean, his team had to leave for 80 years.
Well, the people who talk about third league soccer teams are also special.
Bro, just continue, bro. I'm already pissed off. Go.
Me?
I don't care.
Let's talk about the Sens.
Okay. This is probably my most disappointed season as a Sens fan of my life.
Not your most disappointed week.
No, week has been okay. The Sens have lost many games this year, blown many leads. But over the past 3 games, they did beat Montreal, even though Montreal went to overtime in a different city the day before, and then had to fly to Ottawa and then play. Then they took the Jets to overtime, which, first team that's first in the NHL, you take that. And then, won against the Philadelphia Flyers. They were down 2-0 and erased the lead. Shane Pinto is back. So is Josh Norris from injury, so that helps. And the Senators, I believe, I think it's something like 26-5-5 when Shane Pinto gets a point in the game.
Those stats mean nothing.
Okay. Let's see what happens if Shane Pinto goes point per game the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll win 30 in a row just because Shane Pinto gets a point.
No. They'll win 25 of 35, apparently.
Okay, well, color me impressed if that happens.
Yeah, but Senators, apparently looking to make a big move, shake up the roster, show people that they're serious about creating a Stanley Cup team, not just a playoff team.
Yeah, but I
And,
don't think they need to be doing that this season. It can be something that's done in the off season.
Yeah, no, but they're saying that that's what they're doing, and the team's not playing as a team well enough. So there will be changes for sure.
All right. And my Leafs rocky season continues. I've had a bad week actually with the Leafs. Lost like 5 of 6 or something. But yeah, no, they're playing very mediocre hockey and not holding on to leads. It's like the problem of 4 or 5 years ago again, where it's like, oh, 2-0 lead. Wait, never mind. Oh, 3-0 lead. Never mind. But at the same time, they also keep coming back in games where they're down 2-3-0. Like against Vancouver, they came back only to lose again. And against Calgary, they came back. So I mean, they're going strong. They need some help if they want to have any chance of doing anything in the playoffs, because right now it's not looking like they're going anywhere. Like, actually, Elliot Friedman had an interesting take the other day. He was like, it seems like Leafs management might be accepting that this season's not gonna like result in anything. So, they're kind of resetting for next season kind of thing, which like only means that they're probably going to make the finals. I was like, oh, every year the expectations are like this, and then they poop out like this. And then this year the expectations are like, oh crap, they're not that good this year. And then they get into the playoffs and it's like, oh, I bet they're gonna go really far in a year that no one expects anything of them. It seems to always happen with teams, so that's funny. But we'll see. They need a defenseman, they need a goalie. Nothing is going right except for a few players still playing well.
They need players outside of their top 4 forwards and Morgan Riley.
Precisely.
They need a John Klingberg type.
Their team outside of those 5 players has gotten significantly worse this year.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it's not they're not good. They're not good. Their depth is like,
and it's kind of sad because they're wasting some really good seasons out of Matthews, Riley, and Nylander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Coaching changes, obviously running the rounds, rumors running the rounds right now because they've had a tough 10 days or so. But
Well,
the guy signed a 3-year contract. I don't think he's going anywhere right now.
Treleving doesn't like making trade deadline trades. I saw on Twitter. Apparently that was a thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think I would like the trades he would make anyway if he did like making trade deadline trades.
That's fair. But I mean, that just means that I feel like off season there could be, because he made big off season splashes in Calgary. Whether you like them or not is a different question. Yeah. But he might trade for some players from Calgary.
Yeah, but we'll see where it goes. Right now, it's they're kind of in like that battle right now. It's not like their playoff position is secure or anything. They've fallen within the race of the wild card / the third division spot in the East, in the Central. So
there's no real runaway team, honestly. Like even the Rangers were far ahead. They lost like 6 out of 7.
Boston is still pretty far ahead, obviously.
But I mean, Boston's start was insane.
Yeah. And the Panthers also just had like an 8-9 game win streak, whatever it was. So, but apart from that, nothing else to say on the Leafs, but get your shit together.
It seems pretty constant. We can talk around the league.
I think we talked about Corey Perry going to the Oilers. I love that move.
The Oilers in general, 13 wins in a row.
Did they not hit 14?
I think they played today. Yeah, they
put
played
the house on it. On no specific.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
What they've done is Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, they're at 13 wins. So that's a record, isn't it? Someone was saying to me it's a record for a Canadian team in terms of win streaks.
Could be, bro. I mean, they're where we talked about them like 2 months ago, and their record was what it was, and now it's 26-15-1. And like Stuart Skinner was one of the worst goalies in the league with Campbell, and now he's been an absolute tear. Like his
Yeah.
stats are 253 and 906. I think
Is
there was a point
Campbell
where I was
backing
like,
up, or is he in the AHL?
he's in the AHL.
AHL, right? I thought so.
It's Calvin Pickard was a 269. They're well, neither goalies have good save percentages, but Edmonton outshoots every team by like 40 every game. So
Man, Campbell's being paid $5 million or whatever just to chill in the AHL. Man,
it's the
what
life. At least he accepts it. Unlike
And he
Ryan
doesn't
Reeves.
get taxed or something on his deal or some like the escrow or something different if you're in the AHL. So he actually makes more money.
Okay,
As
I
I'm
didn't know that.
saying,
That's
stop
cool.
complaining, Ryan Reeves.
But yeah, Corey Perry going to the Oilers, I think that's a very smart move.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair. Like, they needed something depth wise, and they got him on league minimum. So, and you get that playoff experience and whatnot.
Do we want to talk about how at least half of the Canadian teams are like a wagon? Jets, Canucks, I believe, were 1 and 2 in the NHL. Leafs are in a playoff spot, I believe. Then, the Edmonton Oilers on a 13-game streak. And
Calgary is a really good goalie.
I think 5 out of the 7 Canadian teams are in the playoffs, no? Yeah. Only Ottawa and Montreal aren't.
I don't think Calgary is.
Oh,
Are
wait,
they?
Calgary. Forgot about Calgary. Sorry.
but yeah, it's cool that like a lot of
Yeah, Calgary's out.
Canadian teams are really high in the standings instead of getting like a wild card or something.
It would just be nice if
Fair.
they.
It doesn't mean anything until one of them actually wins a cup at this
Yeah.
point. The thing is, like the three teams that are in the playoffs in the West, I think the Canucks, Oilers, and Jets are like kind of poised to make deep runs as long as they don't like mess it up. Like I'm hoping that those teams don't play each other in like the first round, because right now it does. Like I think we might get another Oilers and Knights series in the first round. And then Vancouver and Jets look like they're going to be playing the wild card team. So, which we could see. I mean, Calgary could sneak in. They're not too far out. Then we could see a Jets Flames or Canucks Flames series in the first round, which would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Canucks Flames would be pretty sick because then you have Markstrom versus old team, Tanev versus old team. So you have 2 players versus their old team. I guess it's not that crazy, but like still, provinces are right
You
next
say
to each other.
Tanev versus his old team?
Tanev played in Vancouver.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Jets.
Calgary Jets, and I was like, that's the other.
Because Markstrom didn't play for them either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what?
But I don't want to see, like, I'd like to not see all Canadian matchups in round one. Like,
round one, no, for sure. Yeah.
Get them in the, let's see some in the second, third
Get them in
round.
the conference finals so we can at least see one of them in the final.
Exactly that. That'll be great.
I mean, my prediction, I'm happy I stuck with my prediction of the Oilers because I stuck with it when they were like below 500 and like last. And now they're a wagon.
They have officially become like what, the most favorite again?
Mm-hmm.
After
I mean, the Jets, even it's like the Jets the Jets aren't built that much differently than like, how do I put this delicately? They're not built that much different than like Ottawa, Toronto, etc. The system is a lot different. It's a little more defensive, not too much defensive, but they're still more defensive. The major difference is goalie. Like Hellebuck is having one of the better seasons a goalie can have right now. Like kind of on par with what Igor was having a couple of years ago. It's not unsimilar to what Price had in 2015. Like if they get that kind of goaltending with the offense that they have, like it's going to be pretty hard to stop them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the Jets guy here. Go Jets.
You always
I just like Hellebuck.
Yeah,
man.
I also just like Hellebuck. Like not I don't
Every other player on that team, unlikable. They got rid of Blake Wheeler though.
Unlikable.
Actually, in my opinion, Blake Wheeler was the only likable one.
Blake Wheeler was a cancer, bro.
I
I
thought.
like him better on New York.
I think
But this
I don't.
year,
Wheeler and Dubois go away, and everything works out.
Kyle Connor and Shifley. I did not like those two guys.
I don't like Shifley. I like Connor though. Shifley's just had too many annoying things happen.
Yeah, Shifley's annoying, and he's not, and he's the most overrated player.
Oof, that's a take.
It's a
I
take
think
I've
he's
had for,
rated.
like 3 years.
I mean, he's
think
just like he's a point a game forward who's not very good defensively. It's kind of just what people think of him as. So
That's Austin Matthews.
I would say in the last year or two,
he actually sucks defensively now. So that's fair.
he's become more rated.
Okay, let's talk about it. Actually, did you guys see the goal that McDavid scored, or not McDavid? That Brian McLeod scored, where it was against it was Leafs Oilers, right? Matthews and McDavid are battling in front of the net, but it turns into not a battle because Matthews just decides to disengage and not even attempt to move McDavid or block the shot. So instead, he just screens his goalie, hops out of the way, and then Ryan McLeod scores. People are going off about that, bro, because Matthews is having like statistically his worst defensive season by like a mile because he's not playing good defensively at all. It has resulted in more goals because I think he's taking more chances. But overall, it's just not helping the team. But I guess it's masked when you have like 70 pace for 70 goals and 26 assists or whatever it is. But they don't play like a lot of the Leafs players don't play like they want to win the game. It seems a lot more like individual stats and caring more about that than anything else.
No, I disagree with that.
Hmm?
Sort of shocking. The Leafs fan disagrees.
I mean, bro, it's kind of been evident the last few years, like especially Matthews.
No, I wouldn't say it's been evident in Matthews.
But this year, there's been many examples of players like not back checking in overtime. John Tavares.
I think
a bunch of Matthews examples. Like
I think
they don't play like a team that wants
it's a different conversation this year. Yes, it's a different conversation this year. The defensive issues are not just with the bad defensemen; they're also trickling all the way up.
But I'm not just talking about defensive issues. I'm talking about like the effort plays, like the corners and battling in front of the net, back checking, that kind of stuff. It's not just defense in general.
Yeah, but like I need to see more than one or two examples of a player doing that before I can be like, yeah, it's a problem. I think every player in the league, you can pick up a clip where they're like, oh, what the hell were you doing in this play?
I'm gonna find a plethora of examples for you.
If you find a plethora, yeah, please show me. But if you're gonna give me one Matthews example where
there's been a bunch of Matthews plays, bro. It's not
or like one of Tavares where you think he should have been back checking more. I mean, I can show you a multiple of every single player in the league happening in a 82 game season. Like multiple examples.
My being, they've shown to disappear in the playoffs in situations like that. And now it's creeping into the regular season play as well, where they were originally exceptional. So I'm just saying, like, I don't really care. Matthews can score like 100 goals. They're going to lose in the first round if he shows that kind of effort.
Yeah, but again, it's one play that you mentioned.
That I mentioned, bro. I'm not a memory bank of Leafs players.
No, but I
have to watch Caps games at 12:30 at night, man.
There's nothing that happened. There's nothing so outlandish that's happening game by game with those players defensively that we're seeing them every day. It'll be a much bigger story.
Defensively, effort plays.
Sorry?
Effort plays.
No, that's what I mean. There's not if there were
kind of stuff that Patrick Wall would get mad at.
If there were very consistent effort plays, it would be like, especially with the Leafs players doing it, we'd see it a lot more all over the place.
You just ignore Twitter or something? Like these plays are everywhere every day, bro.
No, not with each and every one of those big players. You're not seeing a play every day from those players. That's like that, So
all right, bro. All right, Steve Dangle.
You can't give me you can't do like 1-2 examples and then put it across the board, Because
it was the same thing. Like I could say the same things about Ovechkin for like the first 10 years of his career until he changed that. They didn't win a cup. That's what I'm saying. Like until they changed into like like until they start doing the little things or whatever you want to call it. Like it's the same thing with like that's why people wanted the Sens to hire Patrick Waugh, because they're like they want someone to be hard on the players that are, maybe taking like slacking off on back checking or not going to corners, et cetera, which I don't know how much of a problem that was with Sens game players in general. Like I don't watch enough of their games to know, but those are the kinds of things that help you get to the finals, not Matthew scoring a bunch of times and not having effort coming back and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those players need to have that gradual change into being leaders, and we hope that's going to happen at some point, but we don't know.
I think we've seen that change happen.
For the negative? Because it was never existed in the first place.
We've seen players like Matthews and Tavares pick up that part of the game.
Okay, so these fans are living in delusional worlds that don't exist in this realm.
It's been a bit rocky this season, but it's not a not a statement I'm going to accept for the last 2-3 years.
All right, I'll keep fighting for that every single episode then. We can talk about Patrick Waugh. That was such a random occurrence. Like usually they hire an interim coach and then the guy gets fired, they
go one of two ways. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be a shit show. We'll see where it goes.
How much does it do for the Islanders though? It didn't the team wasn't that good in the first place. I don't know what they're really expecting out of this.
I feel like the Islanders need a coach who can, put some fire under their ass, because man, that team is boring as hell.
But they also need players that can score.
Yeah, it's true.
Brock Nelson has 20 goals already.
Consistently score. He has more goals than Ovechkin. I can't really say much.
Yeah. So does Travis Hamonic.
Yeah, but you can't Ovechkin's 40, man.
I'm not hard on him, bro. Twitter is.
It does kind of suck that he's slowing down now when he was getting so close.
I mean, at Brock
Nelson, it's just weird.
60 goals.
I'm not seeing anything different. It's just okay, he has slowed down and he is making the puck kind of just bounces off his stick a lot more than he usually does. Like the puck control has gone down a little bit and he's slower, but I mean he's 38. It's kind of expected. It's more so I think his expected goals are still 14 or something like that. He's still creating a ton of chances, but I haven't seen that much bad puck luck for Ovechkin in years. Usually it's the opposite way. He'll get a goal off 3 shin pads in 1 year. Like the other day, Nicholas Obi-Kubel, I'm just going to call him that because that's too many words, literally shot it from a corner and Justin Falk put it into his own net. Why can't that happen for Ovechkin? He puts so many pucks towards the net, especially this year. Those kinds of things are just not happening for this year. And I think there was that stat that was because they do the NHL edge tracking or whatever. Evan Bouchard has the most 90+ mile an hour shots by a mile. I think it's he has double the second person, and the second person is Ovechkin. So the shot power hasn't gone down. Maybe the accuracy is a bit off, but I don't know. I think he can still go on a run at some point. I don't anticipate that happening before the All-Star break. I think he needs the break to kind of.
He needs to get back on the gas.
You know what? His gas is spaghetti and meatballs. So I think he needs to just keep doing that.
Maybe the years of just being a freak athlete but eating whatever he wants is catching up, and now he should maybe mix in real food.
But at this point, what's that going to do for him, man? He doesn't need to get faster. He just needs to score goals.
Get him to the record at least.
Drink more Coke on the bench.
Because Ovechkin getting skinny isn't an issue here. I mean, if he does, it's great.
You don't have to be. I'm not saying skinny. I'm saying so your body is made up of the things that you consume. So if you're eating a lot of, processed things, that's what your body's getting made up of. Bro, so if you're eating a lot of natural foods,
send them an email with a diet plan, okay? I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make right now.
I'll send them a shooting tutorial too.
I think the record's in jeopardy right now.
I mean, yeah. I think in order for that to not be in jeopardy, he needs to at least hit 25. And then after, like, if he hits that, then I'm like, okay, maybe the luck will bounce back next year. I don't. It
How
just
many
didn't
does he have this
last
year?
year, like 8 or 9 or something like that.
How many does he need?
Like 70 something.
64, 63, something like that.
Okay, so 230
And he
goals.
signed for 3 more years.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I mean, I was looking at goal month by month statistics because I was bored, and it's like he's had months where he scored 10 goals, 8 goals, etc., like that. So the run of scoring, like, 5 or 6 goals in a month, I think that can happen at some point. Like, I think that if, as long as the puck just starts going in for him, like, look at TJ Oshie. The guy had 2 points before he got injured, and then he got injured, came back. They're like, nah, you need more time. So he went back home to Minnesota, came back, and now he has like 5 goals in 4 games or something like that. And that's a guy that he was having horrible puck luck to start the season. So I think that puck luck has a lot to do with it. I think that him just like gripping the stick a little too tight, as Evan likes to say, is happening quite a bit. And our power play is finally doing better now. Like, I think we're at third or fourth in the NHL in the last month. So I think that can only help with his numbers, because that, like, realistically in the last few years, that's been a huge uh, boost to his goals, has been power play goals, right? So Pacioretty being on the power play has really helped, actually. I think it's giving us a little bit of a different element with like shooting and stuff like that. So the thing is, the luck thing I was talking about, Ovechkin let out one of the best one-timers that I've seen him ever do. And Jordan Binnington made like a ridiculous save behind his head with his glove like back here. And then the rebound just went to Strome and he scored.
You know
So,
you
like,
have a snake bit season when Jordan Binnington is saving your shot.
I know, I was like, bro, this guy, I've never seen him make a save like that in years. And then he makes that save, and then Strome scores the rebound. I'm like, the amount of times Strome has scored off a rebound from Ovechkin this year, ridiculous.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the stat game brought to you by Omer Madari. Woo! Go Sens!
Okay. Okay, I have a pretty fun stat game today.
It's going to make no sense.
That's
It's
what you
kind of
always hear.
it's kind of Leaf related, but it's also
Yeah, because we're Leafs fans.
not Leaf related in a way. So
Both things can't be true.
the funny thing is, over, like, 15 years or 20 years, whatever it is now, it's always been like every time I watch a game on the broadcast, they're talking about a player who's playing against the Leafs, who loves lighting it up against the Leafs, because all players seemingly love lighting it up against the Leafs. This player has 30 points in 4 games versus the Leafs. That player has 80 points in 10 games versus the Leafs, So it's like every time players love lighting it up against Toronto, especially in Toronto, right? Like Ovi comes to town and Crosby comes to town, and these guys love playing against Toronto. Or like you have a rookie who's playing his first game. If he's playing against Toronto, he's going to get a hat trick. Or you have some third liner who doesn't score at all play against Toronto, and he has a hat trick. So it's always like a running joke with the Leafs. So I thought, let's go to a reasonable amount of time and pick top 5 current NHL players who have the most points against the Leafs. I'm gonna go with a time frame of the last 10 years. So from the 2013-14 season until now. Who would you think top 5 scoring against Toronto? All points.
Crosby,
Whoa.
talking to you, bro.
Oh. I'm thinking one of the players on the third league soccer team.
Thank God,
Crosby.
back to the third league soccer.
No, okay. Realistically, it's probably Atlantic players for a good chunk of them.
Yeah,
Because they play them more.
Because if he did this from like 05-06, I'd probably.
So, like, if it's.
Are these?
I was gonna do it.
Marsh,
I was gonna do it 0506, but 0506, 3 of 5, it's like you sleep and say them. Like, it's so easy.
Are these all active?
All these players are currently active, yes.
So I'm thinking like Marsha.
I don't think it necessarily has to be Atlantic.
No, I know, but I'm saying it would make more sense. if they're Eastern.
I mean, Eastern, yeah, for sure. I don't know if there's going to be any Western players on this unless the only player I could even consider in that is McDavid, but he has only played him like 20 times or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I guess Marshall.
Well, we could
Even
include
Pasternak.
Canadian division year too.
Oh, true. Oh, then McDavid could definitely be on there.
Mm-hmm.
How many strikes do we have, by the way?
Let's do 3.
Okay, that means we haven't said the player because he has a lot of strikes.
Don't
who's-
infer without knowing.
I do feel like the Canadian division thing does throw a wrench into this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any Ottawa players that can be on this? No, definitely not, actually. Yeah. Since 2013-14, all the ones that would be on this are retired. Or like, ooh, Carlson.
Could be.
Could be. That could be a later option.
I need one guess at least by now. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's throw someone out.
Marchand,
Sure.
you said him. All right.
But Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand is number 3 with 38 points in 35 games.
I think Pasternak's been around for that long.
He
And
was
he
20,
torches.
he was 2015 draft, no?
I know, but I think he could still have lit him up enough.
Okay, let's say they play them 4 times a year.
Do we think Derek Forbert would be on this list?
Yeah. Derek Forbert.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are actually guessing, or was that a joke?
Want to see if you would bite. But let's just make sure he's not on the list, right? Don't give us a strike on that.
Sure.
I'm saying nothing.
All right, so Derek Forbert might be on the list still.
What about like Kucherov or Stamkos or something?
Ooh. Cool. I can see both of them on here. I think there's a lot of players that just score against the Leafs, so it's kind of hard to decipher.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to think of people who have been in the Atlantic Division the entire time.
Stamkos. No, but Stamkos did have injuries though. That's my thing with him.
So maybe Kucherov?
Kucherov, I think, more. But Stamkos could be on here still.
Or Barkov?
No, I don't think Barkov did enough in the start of his career.
Shane Pinto?
I was thinking more Zach McEwen.
Giroux?
I was thinking Drew, actually, just in general.
East
Because
his entire career and in Ottawa.
Yeah, Philly, Florida, and Ottawa. So I think I still think that Giroux, Ovechkin, and Crosby could be on this. I think Malkin could be on this, but Malkin was injured, so maybe not. So those 3, I think, could be on here.
I guess last time it's your turn. You take the reins, little guy.
Kucherov.
Kucherov is number 2.
All right.
39
Beautiful.
points in 30.
That was my guess. You have to go again.
Crosby.
Make the final decision.
Crosby.
You're going with Crosby?
Crosby.
Crosby
He's scrolling.
is not on the list.
Yeah.
Well, not in the
He's
top
the
5. He's
All
ninth.
right. I'll get this
Right.
back on the road.
Ovechkin definitely isn't on there.
That's strike 1.
Who was I saying? Or we said Eric Carlson. We said Giroux. Or would Giroux be on there?
Pasternak. That was the other one we said.
Pasternak.
I should have guessed Pasternak. I think I'm more likely than Crosby, actually.
Which of those ones do you think?
Between who? Giroux, Pasternak, and
Carlson or... Honestly, I could see Eric Carlson being one of them.
that's your boy, bro. You want to guess him? Guess him.
Eric Carlson.
Eric Carlson with 35 points
He's on there.
in 30 games is number 5.
Nice.
Wait, how many did Marchand have?
38.
38.
I got the games mixed up there. To be
So we're
fair,
missing 1 and 4.
I brought Carlson up, and you brought Kucherov up. So technically, I'm giving
So you
myself
need
Carlson.
1 and 4. Yep, 1 and 4, and you have 2 strikes. So
Pasternak has played 30 games against
in a
the
good
Leafs.
position here. Don't screw this up.
Pasternak has played at least 30, 35, and he scores every freaking time.
Okay.
David Pasternak.
David Pasternak with 32 points in 26 games is number 8. That's strike
Because
2.
he hasn't played 30 games. Okay, I'm not guessing anymore. That's all you.
All right.
We need
strike
1 and
left.
5 or
And
1
you
and
go
4.
1 and 4.
Giroux, Stamkos.
Drew could be number 1, honestly. I can't think of who should be number 1. Did McDavid play against Toronto enough times?
Or did he just light them up a lot?
But you were right about the Canadian division, though. How many games did they play that year against them? 9?
Well, I know something like that. I know Ottawa, like
It was
Leon and
21
him
points.
both, yeah, like 20 something. So let's say they got 15 each against Toronto, hypothetically.
Yeah.
And then for every other year from 2015 to now, they play them twice.
Yeah.
Let's say averages a point and a half.
He could be on it, bro. He could be 5th. But I'm not going to say him.
He's not 5th. We
Carlson
have
is 5th.
4th. Does he have more than 35? 35 points is a lot.
35 points is a lot, but he does have a lot of points. Isn't Ovechkin like one of the they scored against Toronto one of the most?
I think he is the most. But I think it's if it was 056, I'd guess him.
If it was from 0506, he's number 1 on the list.
Yeah, because that every single thing that he's talking about with the TV screens or whatever, every time there's a Caps versus Toronto game, he's won.
Yeah, and Ovechkin,
Ovechkin is like around there.
Ovechkin from since 0506, Ovechkin has 75 points in 57 games versus Toronto.
Claude Giroux
with 35 points in 31 games is number 4.
Oh,
technically he's 5th and Carlson is 4th. By the way, that does make sense because he's played less games. Carlson's played less games.
Yeah, true. It's a 1 game difference. I don't know why.
35 points in 30 games against the Leafs.
Yeah, he should be 5th actually. I don't know why he's
1. Is it Ovechkin still?
Yeah, number 1 is remaining, and you have 1 strike, so 1 shot at it.
I can't die by Ovechkin, bro. Poor guy's been through it this season.
Stamkos.
How many of Ovechkin?
Or was someone in like Montreal for a really long time and left?
Ovechkin's only played 57 games against the Leafs.
I don't have the stat up here when I was looking at it earlier. So if I'm off by games by a bit, maybe, but I don't know right now. I can check actually.
Because from 2013-14, he must have played at least 30.
Okay, 05, I'm looking at it right now. 0506.
He's had multiple.
Games played 57.75, 42 goals, 33 assists in 57 games.
Because when the Southeast Division was a thing, I'm pretty sure they played less. But I could be wrong about that, to be fair.
NHL.com stats has him at 57 games versus the Leafs.
I don't know. I'm not going to say Ovechkin, but he could be one.
Okay, so Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto doesn't count. Then Florida, Tampa, Boston, Buffalo, Detroit. I think it has to be Stamkos.
Does Stamkos have more points than Kucherov though?
Well, maybe it's like he's from Toronto. He always lights it up there. I don't know. Like unless it's McDavid.
That was like I was gonna say.
I can't think of anyone else.
I think McDavid is out of the question.
Or it is Ovechkin, and
I think it's Stamkos, Ovechkin, or Stamkos or Ovechkin. Why should it be like Victor Hedman or something?
No, it's actually like Brady Tkachuk.
Thomas Plekanec.
It's Austin Matthews.
Who's in like? I can't even think of anyone else that would be.
Steven Stamkos.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos.
No.
Number 1.
Oh, is he actually?
41 points in 31 games.
Wait, how many games did Kucherov play?
Kucherov has played 33 games.
Oh, so he only missed the 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's Ovechkin?
In the list since 2013-14, Ovechkin is 13th.
Okay. So it must have been an early career torched him.
Yeah.
Sufi, get in
How's
the
that?
backpack.
How high is Gino?
Gino was number 2 in the 0506 to now list,
Oh
but
wow!
right now Gino is
Wait,
oh, Gino's not even in he's 15th.
so in the 0506, you said three of the players we would have had a hard time getting.
No,
Ovechkin.
I said three of the players you would have got in your sleep,
Oh, okay.
which
Because it'd
is
be Ovechkin,
which is
Malkin,
in
Crosby.
order, Ovechkin, Malkin, Crosby. And then the other
And
two players you would have probably got to pretty easily. Stamkos is already one at 5th. And then all you would need then is number 4, which is you can take a guess now. I'm pretty sure you'll get him.
Bergeron.
Exactly.
We would have like 0 strikes for that one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I switched it, because I was like, 200506 is too easy. Crosby, Malkin, and Ovechkin just are 3 off the top guesses right there.
That's fair.
That was pretty good from us.
That
That was
good.
all you, bro. The only thing I even remotely helped was Carlson, ironically.
Was Pasternak.
Oh wait, I did want to ask where's McDavid on that
McDavid on the 13-14
13-14? Because
list.
he also got drafted in 2015,
He's
so
pretty high. He's 10th. He has 32 and 22.
that's ridiculous considering
So
he got
he's gonna. I mean, even though if he plays them only twice a year, and yet he's still gonna be number 1 probably by the end of his career.
bro, and in that list he was also drafted in 2015.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's 10th.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's the same thing as Stamkos, where it's hometown. All right, guys, this is how we're doing it. For roster game, by the way, I have a random year, I have a random team generator, and I have the number
You're
of
doing it
which
all
that team
random.
is going to be.
What if it's like the 1910?
I saw the years I put 2013 to 2023. So if it lands on like 2014, that means it'll be for the 2013 or 2014-15. Okay? Here we go.
Please be the send.
So the year is 2020, 2021, 2022.
All right.
Okay. I only have to randomize the thing once. And the team number 15. Any guesses?
Team number 15?
LA,
It's just a random team, bro.
I don't know.
Edmonton, Dallas, Florida, New York.
The 2021-22 New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
Hey, you're not even like playoffs or anything, just the team?
Just the team. 2022 New Jersey Devils. This the randomizer. Hold on, let me get this team up. Not 2022. Okay. So for reference, this team went 27, 46, and 9. This was the year before they became the playoff team. And honestly, any guy that played a regular season game.
Who's going first? Give me 11.
They had 7 goalies play this year, by the way. So
7 goalies?
they had 7 goalies, yes. The highest amount of games played was tied at 25. It's kind of hilarious, but all right. Oh my god. Okay.
Who's starting?
I feel like we always start with Omar, so we'll go with Evan.
So they're like, we always start with Omar, so go ahead, Omar. Nico Hischier.
Mm-hmm.
Jesper Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Who's been there for a long time.
How are we?
I feel like not that many people. Miles Wood.
How do we already make it a Miles Wood? Yeah, he's there. He played 3 games.
Oh, damn.
3?
Yeah, I think he was injured.
Isn't that the year Timo Meyer got traded there? Timo Meyer?
No. That was last year, bro.
21-22? No, I thought it was 21-22. It was last year.
He got traded when they were going to the playoffs, which was last year.
Ah, look at that. Okay. My bad.
So
I
strike
got a
one.
strike.
Is 21-22?
Mm-hmm.
So Jack Hughes.
Yes, bro. Why did it take so long? Yeah,
I was making sure he was drafted in my head.
bro. He broke out by this time.
Okay, that is the year.
This was his first good year.
That is the year Andreas Janssen played for them, though, right? He got traded there.
Yep.
Okay.
Spencer Martin. You remember that guess?
Spencer Martin.
Sent me into oblivion. We said Spencer, but you said Spencer Martin before. You said like Ryan O'Reilly or something,
But before I said Rene Bork.
or anyone. Yeah,
Dougie Hamilton.
yeah. His first season there.
Dougie Hamilton. Blah, 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 blah.
There's still some gettable players here, guys.
I don't know this 21. This was a crap team, man.
It's just a randomizer, bro. He gave us one of the worst teams in NHL history.
Dawson Mercer.
Yes.
Damon Severson.
Yep.
Severson. Zaka.
Zaka. Yep.
Blackwood.
He is one of the many goalies.
I can't even name you one other goalie from that year. Literally.
Sure you could, bro.
Oh, I know another goalie. I think.
What's that guy's name? Jesper. Not Brad. Boyquist.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's there. Buckfist.
Bokvist.
He
I'll give
picks
that
the
to him.
most random ass people.
I'll give it to him, bro. There's still a couple of. There's still a few. Oh yeah, there's still very gettable players.
I don't know. No, there are not.
Yes, there are. I don't know how you made it to Jesper Bulkfist already, but I'll tell you, there's players before him. "15 seconds.
Shut up. No, it's
Dun, 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 dun. 5.
Keith
Four.
Kincaid.
Nope.
Right.
He played for them one year, no?
He played for them most of his career, just not then.
Did Evan say Bastian?
No, 2 strikes each left. So you're at 1 strike each.
See, some of the players, I'm like, I don't remember when they were traded there.
Like Timo Meyer?
No, I knew he was. I know
That
that
was
was
a little obvious. I don't know. That was literally a deadline deal last year.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking.
Why would they trade for him? Why would they trade for him when they were one of the worst teams?
John Marino.
What? And you say Bastian's a weird guess? Would you say John Marino?
John Marino's a top 4 defenseman, bro, and he wasn't on this team at that time.
What?
Yeah, that happened last year. That happened before 22-23.
I literally do not have a guess.
You guys are gonna be kicking yourselves.
I don't have a guess.
Well, you have to guess. You have 2 strikes left.
I can't think of a single player.
Say a
Then-
player, bro.
Take a strike.
Say a player. Say a player that used to be on the Devils that might still be there. Who knows?
Zach Parise. No, I'm not saying that.
I'll give you 15 seconds.
Feel free to tell us we're dumb in the comments.
Yeah. 8, 9, 7.
I don't have
6,
one, man.
5.
Just say a Devils player.
Just say a Devils player, bro. Anyone. Say one from this year. He might have been there 2 years ago. Okay, you're done. Second strike.
Michael McLeod.
He's there. Go. Michael McLeod is less obscure somehow than two of the players that you've said.
Show me a Leafs player that got traded there. Come on. There were a couple because in the off season, in the Andreas Janssen off season, there was another one that also went. Either he was in the same trade as Janssen or some another time. It was two players, right?
I don't see that, but I do see.
Yeah, it was like a third liner off the Leafs with Andreas Janssen. It was Andreas Janssen.
Andreas Johnson was the third liner, bro.
No, plus another third liner or whatever. There was another guy. I'm sure he was like a
Are you guessing?
Gauthier.
Yeah.
Who?
Told you.
Frederick Gauthier.
There were two.
That's fair. He was actually a part of that trade. He played 8 games and had 0 points.
Was he in the same trade?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You threw me off by saying third liner. Gauthier was basically a healthy scratch.
Yeah. Okay.
Ty Smith.
Yeah. There you go. Now you got the Marino trade properly.
Yeah.
I don't have any other guesses.
Frederick Gauthier. Bro.
That's because he's a Leafs player. Well, former Leafs.
To stick with that.
Who else is there from former Leafs?
Rack your brain, bro. Who have you seen in a red jersey? I think Evan could get the other former Leaf that's on this team.
Scott Gomez.
Jimmy Vesey?
That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Vesey. Yes.
There you go.
I have 2 other ideas, but again, I feel like they were the same offseason as Marino.
Marino? Yes.
Siegenthaler?
He's there, yeah. Siegenthaler's been there for a while.
Damn it, Evan.
Caps legend.
Caps legend.
I'm done.
I wish he stayed there, but
I'm done.
bro.
You said this 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, literally, there's still a former Leafs player.
Who could there be? Gauthier? Janssen? VC? Who else is on the team that was on the Leafs before?
I actually have an idea of who it might be.
Well, if you get it wrong, you have 10 seconds now. 5.
He's gonna pull something out of the ass.
3.
I can't think of anyone.
1. All right. Evan, can you win it?
Do I win?
No, if you get this. Oh, you started. You started. You win.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you give me that? Vanchek was a Caps player. He was never on the Leafs.
No, I'm asking if he was on the team. Just
no.
He was not.
No. This
Okay.
is
Wayne Simmons.
21,
nope.
22? No. Wayne Simmons was on the. Wayne Simmons joined the Leafs in the All Canadian Division team. That in like.
All right.
Okay, listen.
Guys,
he played for the Devils at some point. I was trying to think of the Leafs Devils.
Are you guys ready for this?
Okay, you didn't have any idea.
Are you guys ready for this? I'm gonna go through the obvious players. I'm gonna go through the players, not obvious players. But I'm gonna go through the players.
Will Butcher.
Who?
Will Butcher.
Oh, I think he said. No. I think Butcher went somewhere else. I think Butcher was in like Colorado or something by this point. Or Buffalo, one of the two. I'm gonna give you some former Sens and Leafs players, and then the rest are obvious.
Curtis Lazar.
No, this was he went there this offseason. So the goalies were Schmid, John Gillies, Blackwood, Scott Wedgwood, Nico Dawes, former Sen, Andrew Hammond, and former Leafs player Jonathan Bernier.
What? On that team?
Yeah. And then some other ones that you could have got. I mean, this one's a former Sens player, but Christian Yaros apparently played 10 games for the Devils.
I thought Jonathan Bernier was training with Nelson Mandela at that time.
Okay. Igor Sharangovich. Thomas Tatar. Ryan Graves. And
See, all those guys, all the trades that I said, I was like, I feel like they made so many like trades around the same time. I have no idea who makes this list and not.
And I'm gonna say the best for last. There's also Alex Holtz. Probably could have got.
Oh, he played that season?
He played 9. I think he left before the contract thing. And then the most obvious one, who retired pretty young.
Nolan Patrick.
Oh, PK Subban. Ah, I forgot that 21. He was playing in 21-22.
Yeah, bro. He was on that horrible ass team. And then he retired before they went to the playoffs. Poor guy.
Wow, none of us thought of PK Subban.
Yeah.
That's a win for Evan.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Evan. Last.
It's draft time, boys. So we reached out to friend of the show, Elliot Coleman, and he gave us our draft idea for today. So Sufi or Omar can fact check these because they have a computer. We are going to be drafting a full lineup each of active players who have never been nominated or gotten into an all-star game. So with the all-star game coming up, we thought we would give some pats on the back to some of the best players who never have made an all-star game. So, with that being said, since Omar always loses this, I'm going to give him the first.
No. I'm doing a random name generator this time. We're not giving Omar the first overall.
He's going to pick like Sam Lafferty, though.
No.
Oh, man. This is actually a tough one because I think there's a bunch of players who I think have not.
I was trying to brainstorm on my drive home.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look it up because I felt like that was cheating, but
I mean, it doesn't really matter for this one because we're doing the.
But we're gonna check it out anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna check anyway. Okay.
I have one in mind right now who I really want to say, but I have a feeling he might have squeaked into an all-star game.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? So this is first overall.
I can't see. Put it in the middle.
Evan gets first overall.
Okay. Second overall. Okay, why is it still doing this, bro?
They're just really happy for me.
Here we go.
Second overall.
I hope it's me again.
If it lands on Evan, Evan can pick. But it's Omar. Okay, I guess I'm third.
With the first overall selection in the 2024 non-All-Star draft, I'm going to pick from your Ottawa Senators, Tim Stützle.
Never been one?
Nope, it was Kachuk or Shabbat every year. Or Batherson.
That's a good pick for one then. Stützle's never been. No, that's pretty good. Okay, me.
Ahmad.
I want to pick. I'm not sure if he's been an all-star though, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Zach Hyman.
Nope.
Yeah.
I can't you know what's crazy? I can't even say Tom Wilson.
I know.
Oh, you can. Look at that.
Juan Tilson. I'm gonna say Jesper Bratt.
You're good.
I disagree with that, but I'll take Jesper Hughes. Jesper Hughes, yes. And I got
Hughes brother.
Yeah, bro, this is ridiculous. You know what? I'd have to go for a young one. We'll go with Gustafson. I don't think he's been an all-star.
He wasn't last year?
No, I don't think so.
How about if I take Evan Bouchard?
He was not voted this year.
Charlie McAvoy?
No way, really?
I was brainstorming on the way home, and that was.
It said Evan Bouchard has been named to the All-Star team, but it's American Hockey League. We're good.
Man, yeah, McAvoy hasn't been. That's crazy.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
He's been made to an end of year All-Star team, but not to All-Star game.
And my other pick will be.
Damn. Omar went the right way with just picking Oilers because they always have 2 All-Stars.
Aiden Hill. Is he goalie this year?
I don't think so.
And Ekholm has made it too.
I was thinking about him. I'm like 30% sure he has, but I'll check. Because I'm pretty like if he did, it was when he was on Nashville.
Why would he make it over anyways?
I think Yoshi was injured, but
There's
could be wrong.
Forsberg or Duchesne or Johansson.
You're good.
Yes, Ekholm. I'll go Ekholm. Right now, I have an all Oilers team.
You do. I was gonna say that. Has Evander Kane been an All-Star? Does it mean no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Uh, did Noah Dobson get picked this year?
Yeah, no, Dobson hasn't. No, Dobson hasn't been in. No,
Oh,
I don't think.
QMJHL All-Star.
Yeah, QMJ, but not NHL.
Yeah, it's saying he was snubbed. Let's go.
So you
That's
need one
huge.
more now.
I don't have to pick just defensive defenseman. Old Sufi would be like Evgeny Kuznetsov, but he also has been an All-Star somehow. So, uh, Kyle Turris. Uh,
Kyle Turris. He's not a current player anymore, though.
yeah, I know that. Rope Hintz.
He hasn't made it.
The Stars always have a lot of stars. He is the star that Dallas needs, apparently, though. Damn, I'm drafting.
So that's me now, right?
Yeah.
Tyler Toffoli, has he made it?
Tyler Toffoli has never been an All-Star.
There you go.
Yeah, we made it away from the Oilers.
There you go.
Miro Heiskanen has.
Are you asking me that question?
Yeah,
I think so. I'm checking.
I need to know for sure.
Yep.
Josh Morrissey.
Last year.
Okay. Then I will
When
go
he
with
had like 100 points.
old reliable Jake Sanderson.
Oh, Sanderson.
Sandbox.
And
Yeah,
then
well, that's not the player that I was going to pick, so good.
Alex Tuck.
Alex Tuck. That's an interesting one. No way.
He was voted to the second All-Star team in Hockey East Pro in college.
Hmm.
Tuck. All right, Omar.
He's like around point per game this year, no?
He has been the last couple of years. I think it's just the injury.
Okay, I need a center. Who hasn't made it. Who's a decent
You
center?
do need this actually.
Oh, who's the center who
Back to
hasn't
the
made it?
Oilers, bro. I'm telling you.
Michael Backlund.
You know what? That was one of the guys I was thinking that you could have won with. He isn't the best player, but he's serviceable.
Yeah. Is he not an all-star ever? I'm guessing not.
I'll check, but I think we're good. Threw me off for a second. He was a snub in 2017, apparently. My pick is I'm going Vince Dunn. I'm loving my team right now. Very young and hip, unlike the Washington Capitals. I could go Max Pacioretty here, but not joking.
What do you have left? Center? Wait, what's your
I've
position?
seen a winger.
Oh, winger.
Okay. I don't think he has. Brock Besser,
Really? Yeah, 2018 he made it.
2018. Dang, he's been in two. The
Yeah.
other one I was thinking is Nikolai Ehlers.
Why do I feel like he's made it as well?
Nikolaj Ehlers.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
QMJHL. Beauty. Loving the squad.
Okay, back to me. I just need a goalie now. Oh, Sophia, I could go your guy who you're in love with right now.
That's what me and Evan were thinking about earlier.
Lindgren,
Already drafted a goalie at that point.
Charlie Lindgren.
Oh, that wasn't the one, but I mean, sure.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking.
Oh, I wasn't thinking him.
Who were you thinking?
I mean, are you picking Charlie Lindgren?
Yeah, I'll take Lindgren.
I was thinking former Sen.
Ooh,
Cam Talbot.
Who's been like the goalie of the month the last 2 months? plays for a Western team. Pacific. You gave me a skate guards.
Joey Decord. Oh,
There you go.
I was like, this all fits Cam Talbot. I don't understand.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Talbot was this year. All right,
Evan,
Evan's last pick.
you.
I mean, I think you need
A potential wing, I guess a forward.
winger or center. It just depends on how badly you want Stutzel to take face-offs.
Mm,
Maybe we should have let him go first.
I have one person in mind, but I am debating between Josh Norris, Lucas Raymond. I'm gonna go with Norris. Very Sens heavy draft for me.
It's Josh Norris.
Oilers heavy draft for me.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the Oilers. I don't know about the Sens, but I have the most diverse team.
Well, if we had Aiden Hill, Charlie McAvoy, and Alex Tuck, I feel like things could be a little bit better.
I don't think my team's the worst this time.
I mean, I like my team a lot. I'm not gonna say it's the best because you guys always say no, but I think it's the best.
Let's run through the teams.
Okay, so
better than Evans.
Forwards. Omer has Hyman, Toffoli on the wings with Michael Backlund in the middle.
Okay.
It's very grindish first. You got Stutzel and Tuck on the wings with Norris in the middle. I see that's more of a first line. That is a first line.
That is the first line.
I have Ehlers and Bratt on the wing with Hintz in the middle. I'd say that's the best. I don't know. Sanderson, McAvoy, Ekholm, Bouchard, which is just the Oilers. Then I have Dunn and Dobson. Honestly, those are all pretty close. Like the best defenseman is McAvoy.
Yeah.
I'd take Dunn and Dobson over Ekholm and Bouchard, but
yeah, I would say Sufi forward, maybe me defenseman.
I don't know.
I have the best one.
You have the best one, but I don't think he's. I think Dunn and Dobson are better than Sanderson by more of a margin than McAvoy is better than Dunn or Dobson, if that makes sense. But we can just say that we're.
McAvoy is too good though.
Honestly, you could probably put like a pylon with McAvoy and he'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
So fair enough. And then the goalies Gustafson, Aiden Hill, Lindgren.
And my goalie has the best stats this year.
Actually, it's Charlie Lindgren.
No.
This year.
I looked today.
No.
Or is he you were anticipating this exact draft and you looked this up?
No, I was on the NHL app earlier.
Actually, the top 10 for goals saved above average. Number 4 is Lindgren and number 7 is Aiden Hill.
Okay, I was looking at save percentage and goals against average, pal.
Yeah, those
not your voodoo magic stats.
Well, what stats are you looking at, Sufi?
Goals saved above average.
He's looking at like goals expected to be scored on in the left-hand side by Washington Capitals.
Goals saved above average is how they determine like Vezina and stuff now too, because GA is very much a team stat.
I don't know. I was a goalie growing up, and I know these kind of things.
But yeah, you guys can vote on the stats or the teams.
Anything else we want to talk about, lads?
I'd vote myself.
I vote myself. No one vote Omar. He is the worst team every time.
I think
I'd rather have 3 Oilers on my team than 3 Sens players.
Whoa, Sufi's on my side today. Look at that.
Yeah, those 3 Oilers?
I think Sufi has the best team.
Well, guys, we want to thank you for tuning into the episode. Over the next few years, we're really pumped. There will be some big moves for all of our teams. The cap's going up, and money doesn't grow on trees. So, our teams are going to hopefully spend to the cap and be competitive because we all have good teams.
One day, my team will get a top 6 forward that's young.
One day, my team will win a game.
And then one day, Omer's team will make it to the 3rd round.
Thank you for listening, everyone. We really appreciate you tuning in. You can find us on the following platforms:
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter/X, on TikTok at
Twitter slash
Diehards.
X.
Twitter/X, X. TikTok at the Unfortunate Diehards. Watch us on YouTube, and we'll see you next week.